Hailie Deegan is yet again under huge scrutiny for her recent performance, and it seems like the Thor racing driver cannot catch a break when it comes to being involved in crashes and incidents on the track. While many labeled her the next great wonder in the NASCAR world, Hailie did nothing but embarrass herself further with her latest performances, and the fans are having none of it. The latest race in Richmond served as a fresh and bitter reminder that her place might not be in NASCAR, even though her plans and actions definitely hint towards that. Are we currently seeing the last of Hailie Deegan? And if so, what does her future hold for her? Before we get to the latest incident with Hailie, I think it's fair to talk about how it all came to the point it did right now, which is Hailie actually having a lot of crashes and incidents that made her future in NASCAR insecure. Before she signed the contract with Thor Sport, she used to race for Tricon, a team that, while good enough for you to showcase your talent, is not good enough to win championships with. But that was not the case with Thor Sport Racing, as she had the amazing opportunity to work with a team that produced champions with Ben Rhodes and Matt Crafton, along with the highly fast Majeski. Obviously, being the sole female in the Truck Series does hold a lot of pressure in and of itself, and that pressure seems to have been mounting on Deegan for quite some time. The move to Thor Sport didn't seem to be the brightest one for Hailie, as she has only a couple of top 10 finishes and is definitely one of the worst drivers in the Truck Series, with lots of rookies being faster than her and delivering more promising results. To top that off, she seems to have invested a lot of interest in the SRX series, and while many fans have praised her for adversity in the NASCAR racing categories, labeling her as a driver who wants to learn as much as she can about the sport's philosophies and ways to race, there is a vast contingent of fans who believe that she is doing this from a populistic point of view. The influence on her career as a driver will see a massive boost from the SRX series if she performs decently and delivers results like no one would have expected her to do. And the fact that she is a female driver only goes to promote this even further. However, there is something that Hailie needs to pay more attention to right now: her performance in the Truck Series. Ever since Nashville and her incident with Alan Lawless, she has been struggling to finish the races where everybody would expect her to. And after her latest crash in Richmond, she is now officially out of the playoff picture while driving for one of the best teams in the Truck Series. But before we go into that, let's see what made her lose such a great deal of confidence. The Nashville incident. The incident with Alan Lawless started the downfall of Hailie, and while her performance was definitely not something she could have bragged about before this incident, it's still something that took down her confidence. Alan's words have definitely hit her where it hurts the most, in her self-confidence. And prior to the Nashville Superspeedway, her numbers weren't really showcasing her true potential or her ability to actually deliver solid results in the Truck Series. She only has one top 10 finish so far, which is a 6th place at Texas Motor Speedway, an average start of 19.2, and an average finish of 20.8. In 13 races, she has been nothing but subpar, having constantly finished below 10th place and being far away from the playoff picture. However, her crash with Alan has embarked her on a journey she would never have imagined prior to that moment, and the fact that the crash had collateral damage with Jack Wood only goes to show that Deegan's place might be somewhere else, just not the Truck Series. When talking about this incident, Alan went on to elaborate. I don't think there's much to say. She's talentless and just sailed it off in there and wrecked me. It's lap, 3, and she's sailing it in there? I just don't understand what the move was about. It's not the first time she wrecked me. She does it to effing everybody. So it is what it is. Although Alan is not really the type of driver to talk about stuff like this, it's safe to say that Deegan's actions did raise some eyebrows throughout the NASCAR world. And more often than not, she's been on the receiving end of things. The latest crash in Richmond has the same outcome with her talents yet again, and the fans are having none of it. This time, Hailie Deegan got into an altercation with her former team's garage, Tricon, more precisely with Dean Thompson. They collided during the Worldwide Express 250 at Richmond Raceway, and the discussion was anything but calm. Both drivers were desperately seeking for a win to secure their spot in the Truck Series playoffs, and the race was poised to bring bad luck to both of them, and it was full with missed opportunities. The incident occurred on lap 111 when Deegan and Thompson made contact on the track, which resulted in Thompson spinning out and taking a massive hit to his playoff hopes. While Thompson struggled a lot to finish the race and eventually did so, finishing 25th, Deegan's resilience put her in 15th place, and for some time, she used to run in the top 10 as well. Both drivers were left frustrated with the incident because their dreams of securing a playoff spot have slipped away. And after that, it's only logical for you to understand what comes next in the altercation. Thompson started to seek Hailie on the track after the race, and the two drivers engaged in a very heated exchange that included not only the incident that happened on the track, but also a possible encounter that happened earlier in the season. These two are not the best buddies on the track, and the tension between them further ignited debates among fans and pundits alike. In the wake of the latest incident in Richmond, it seems like the fans are having none of Deegan's shenanigans, and they are sick and tired of waiting for the miracle to happen. One fan went on to comment, "She is an even less talented Danica." This is definitely a massive hit for her ability to represent the female population in NASCAR, one that is a great minority and one that needs to be encouraged more in the years to come. However, if female drivers are looking upon Hailie to be their role model, I doubt that they would have a great time considering the fact that she is under a lot of scrutiny right now, something that could see her career go down the drain sooner rather than later. Another fan labeled Hailie as a pay driver as he wrote, "Two pay drivers. Best case is both are gone from the series next year," while another fan tried to defend Hailie and wrote, "I mean, it's not like he hasn't gotten into her before this season." Interestingly enough, there seem to be a lot of fans who are actually still supporting Hailie through this rough patch of her career. And while I would like nothing more than this to happen, it's obvious that her actions on the track are ones that are very hard to interpret and actually justify. Replying to Bob Pockrass, one of the best analysts in the NASCAR world, one fan wrote, "None of them give that girl any respect on the track." Another fan backed up this opinion as he wrote, "I don't know, maybe Hailie is starting to pay back or hold her ground. She was pushed around quite a bit this season. Not saying this was the case tonight, but she has been on the other side of the bumper too." This could be a great view for the entirety of Hailie's racing career, because if you think about it, many drivers would think that she would instantly have to back off from a duel because if something were to happen, she would be used as a scapegoat due to her rich history of crashing into other drivers. However, we witnessed that this is not the likely scenario after all when it comes to Deegan, as there have been only a number of crashes in which she was not the only driver towards whom we should have pointed our finger. All in all, it seems like a very interesting period lies ahead of us, and Hailie's return to self-confidence and performance could happen after she participates in the SRX Racing Series, an event that is taking a lot more interest from NASCAR legends, and that could push her to be one of the greatest females to have ever participated in the sport, even though she is in the popular opposite of that scenario right now. So what do you think about Hailie Deegan's career as a NASCAR driver? Do you think she has what it takes to remain in the sport, or do you think we should pull the plug on the only active female driver right now? Let us know in the comments below.